Hello there, dark brothers and sisters. We're back. The graphics look fine. I wonder about the frame rate though. Should I put on the frame rate? Just a second. Doesn't want to cooperate with this game for some reason. Alright, it's been a while for me again. I believe we established that enemies respawn when you rest. So we are not going back for now, I believe. So let's push forward, follow the bullet trail from the pier. That's the gun. To again familiarize myself with controls because I forgot them. Pierce controls, memorize senses. Senses. Oui, thank you. Should really get a change of shirt. Is nearby.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Like a friendly.
Oh dear God, not again. William, please stop. Just the same, I promise. You are my dearest friend. You're my last and dearest friend. William, my arm. I can't feel it.
Two-handed weapons. Equip two-handed weapon and press right to use special ability. Sight, for instance, can be used to parry oncoming attack. I think you have stun damage if timed correctly. Okay.
Will, please let go of me.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Oh my God, William. I can't stand it anymore.
What are you doing?
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Oh shit. Just like a boss. How do I use my blood? I don't have ammo anymore.
William, please, stop. William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat, and we can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed this drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Good, good. Let's try that. In other words, I want to leave the place. Oh shit, it's... It's certainly a scene. Dear God! You surely get some artistic sensibility when you frenzy.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Let's go on your boat. Okay, so there may be different kinds of vampire. Is it like a clan?
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What? Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
How forward. Atmospheric.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes.
Oh, she's dedicated.
Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Oh, we have freedom. Oh, don't we look neat? Ew. Take me down to the hospital city. Take me to the hospital.
It's locked.
The doors are locked. No, let's not bother them now. Red Cross.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that. Nah, it's my turn.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Master gave me a good poke. Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you
Oh,
helping
hello,
me sort
Cox.
out play stock.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Seems better if we heal him first.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Racing Clay will provide massive speed boost. But beware that there will be consequences. Being more about citizens and collecting their hints will increase the experience gained.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Did I black out? What? What happened?
You're fine now, don't worry.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go. But no famished hunter can run for long.
Okay, let's just check in the place, sorry.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Due to influenza, this hospital can no longer take any patients. Hospital full, please go back home. This place is kind of busy. I'll just loot things for now. City needs you. Life saved by efficient medical aid is low stock anti-flu of the epidemic. Volunteers make a difference. I should really volunteer on my Martin.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest, and then I can go back to the people who need me.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognized Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Oh, that's fair.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Of course.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Easy the government abandon people when they don't need.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Good thing indeed.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Take care of my patients. No.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Not my patient.
The daily routine.
Quite a expensive place. Okay, our reflection is there. Okay, just another way out. Oh, I was like this level design, so to say. Lots of ins and outs. Oh, my frame rate reappeared. That's good. Yes. We reset on 40s. Then I move. Don't want to reduce anyway without it. Terrible looking hair. It's fine. Let's not bother with that. Catalogs.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
I feel like a lot of people already know. Let's find our office actually. Oh, frame rate dropping. Can I do anything about it soon? You see that instantly messes up with it. Doesn't really improve anything the two. So we'll just keep that then. Probably can be optimized better, but hey. Not really hurting our experience that much. This is the first floor, right? Patient Thomas Elwood, male, age 28. Followed by Dr. Tippets. Status: convalescence. Date of emission: September 16th. Due date of release to be determined. Notes: Patient Faye has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even with the use of stronger sedatives, he affirms to regularly induce severe pain from the wounds, as if the flames are still burning under the skin, he says. Examination of the cicatrized tissue show no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are clean. Could be the case of persistent nerve damage. Patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could be a case of guilt of survivor. Phantom pain manifesting as a punishment for not dying with his comrades. That is a thing for sure. Oh, he should thoroughly examine everything for his. Good reminder, game, thank you.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Oh yeah. Article in Ekans. It is a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire, to observe their march between physical, psychological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years, while interviewing a few vampires, or Ekan, as they prefer to call themselves. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act more like a mortal in all his actions, but a trained eye whisper that they have keenest senses and can react quicker than any mortal. On a few occasions, alarmed surprisingly, I have seen a vampire move so quickly it is almost as if he had vanished, just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movements when they act so quickly. It is not a teleport or dematerialization. It is only a supernatural speed. For me, it's a cat-like attribute, which allows them to run, dodge, or jump, longer and faster than us. I also noticed that such speed seems to exhaust them. They are bound to physical limitations. Mesmerism. Fuck. Couldn't scroll down. Mesmerism, one of the first, most powerful abilities vampire employs the capacity to force mortal to obey them. Call this trait mesmerism has nothing to do with the mortal ability to alter a subject's mental state. A vampire can bend a mortal to their will, and they can even break a mind. A vampire interviewed even told me the more a subject tries to resist, the more permanent the damage will be, as if the vampire could literally fracture their target's psyche. The same vampire explained to me that this ability required time to master. The result could vary widely from one subject to another. Implant a false memory, erase a painful one. Possibilities are endless and threatening. Blood awareness. This may be the most catastrophic ability of all concerning vampires, and it is the cause of so many tragedies for them and us. Vampires crave for blood. They must use their will to restrain themselves from frenziedly drinking every drop of blood they can see. They need blood to function and to express their full supernatural traits. A famished vampire can be very weak, even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst. This surge, this need for blood, may explain why a vampire is so aroused by it. A vampire confessed to me that the blood could sometimes blind him, since its smell and attractiveness can be so strong. When he focuses, a vampire can almost see blood all around them, inside warm bodies, through walls, on a supposedly clean weapon. The same vampire even told me that he can see if a mortal has clean blood or is ill, and that in some cases he can even sense diseases, infected clothes, or even items in a room. If this is true, it could have so many medical applications. It's almost beggars belief. It sounds useful indeed.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
We are in fucking Britain. If there's one thing we shouldn't lack, it's water. Fatigue, anemia, sepsis. You have enough minutes to improve one of your weapons. Sodium regenerate 1 health points instantly within 100 health over 50 seconds.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Well, it won't be as much fun during summer, when the day is longer than the night. I guess it stopped. Locus Fancy's message. Dear Jonathan, I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive the austere decoration, but my purpose is not exactly the Ritz. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal after all. A human after all. I also gave orders to let you rest, and for the staff to never enter your room. You'll be able to sleep all day without being disturbed, and work at night without raising any suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you'll be able to launch your experiments here at your own pace. Also notice there is an open window with a scaffolding that will allow you to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. Imagine how awfully new and disturbing this all must be for you. Believe me, I have studied enough for your species to understand that you must now be facing a feeling. Be assured, I'll do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. But you're not completely alone facing it. I am glad I met you. In these dark times we're all presently facing. I hope your future collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleague. We shall talk soon. Yours sincerely, Elga Griffiths-Swansea. P.S. I left a copy of some of my notes concerning what I discovered about Econ in the last few years. Feel free to read about it if you need some guidance, as long as you don't use this knowledge to take advantage of me. It is kind of giving me info to do that. Let us rest. Blood magic. I'll just take more health for now. Probably a good place to stop.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
I'm not one to make wait, Doctor. I've patients to attend.
Okay, let's continue in the next video. Now that I remember what to do. So what's our objective right now? Actually, does it say anywhere? Just to confirm. Answer the door. Help the pen possible cope with epidemics. Okay, we'll do that then in the next video. Goodbye.